parts. Are we live? Like we're
Hope so.
as we are. Oh, my yellow ticker is running now. I can actually see when the ads are supposed to come up.
Okay.
Ads
We'll find
starting
out tonight
soon.
if it works.
Right. When the ads are supposed to come up.
Okay.
All right. Audio sounds good.
Very good. Well,
Welcome to the show.
all right. Send everything out.
All the note. Them there pesky little notifications.
Mm-hmm. Have them all sent out. Adjusting things. There we go.
YouTube was
All right.
acting weird, but we are now live on YouTube.
Okay. Well, YouTube is weird.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? You hear they're doing a thing now where they can charge back creators if they make a video that's decidedly slanderous or discovered to be a lie.
Okay.
I feel like the
So, but okay, in a way, that could be. I could see the argument for that, but then you're going to have. You can't hold to it because you're going to have
Right.
news agencies that run a story, or people that run a story right when they have the first information
yeah.
that may turn out to be false.
So far they haven't like enforced it anywhere, and I hope they don't. You have a banana in your mouth? Also, hello. Absolutely, King. Absolutely. Why is Restream chat not working on stream?
I don't know. I'm getting none of these.
Refresh Restream.
Oh my gosh. I need to be able to see these.
I wonder if it changed the browser when I had to relog into everything today.
I don't know. I will need a new link then.
Yeah, let me send you this link and we'll see if this works.
Okay, so this is not working. Let me open up this one. Okay.
Turn on the wiring. That would make sense. Learned 3 things today. Let me see. I may just have to.
I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, I may just have to. See if I can relaunch. Yeah. Do a quick test message.
Okay.
See if that comes up on my relaunched version of chat. No. Okay, so Restream chat might be broken right now. Let's see.
Why?
Always something, right?
Yeah. Not always. Sometimes it runs. All right.
And sometimes we don't have any problem. Most of the time.
Okay. So yeah, that's not working. I need to see chat.
Okay. The YouTube side is working. The Twitch side is not.
Okay.
Okay, Twitch, I'm going to do something really weird here.
All right.
I'm going to turn you off and on again, and we're going to see if that fixes it. Just get ready. Get ready,
Try
Twitch.
unplugging it.
Oop.
See what happens.
Oop.
See what happens.
Data. Okay. Test. Yeah, okay, there we go. That
Right,
fixed it.
Now I got some. It wasn't ready yet. It wasn't ready for you to start it yet.
I guess not. Yeah. So for anybody who how would you know? I was about to say who didn't know. How would you know?
Yeah.
Twitch lost their minds today on the back end. And I was worried we wouldn't even be able to stream on Twitch, but it looks like everything's working again now. So.
Okay. Well, maybe it will be. Maybe it will be.
MS, you say that, and I immediately think about Microsoft, and that might be Microsoft. I don't know. Power Slap, yeah, Power Slap is a very dangerous thing, and you should not play it or be a part of it. In my opinion, you can slap fighting's one thing. Slap boxing, that's regulated. Power, I don't know if you've seen Power Slap. It is not regulated at all. A man has already almost died.
No. It's regulated. You're not defending a hit.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with it. Two people step into a ring and fight.
Yeah.
That's one thing, but if you're not defending strikes, the referee stops the fight.
Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah.
You've lost the ability one way or the other. You're not blocking strike.
Right.
You're not blocking strikes. And you're standing there, you're taking, and you're not blocking. I don't know what the defense would be that you're taking a shot, and it's right in the area.
Yeah. It's bad idea.
Knocked out. Yeah. No, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, Justin Roiland, I don't really want to talk about the Justin Roiland stuff, but it's does not seem like a very good man. That's all I'll say. Twitch, the servers on the back end were acting up for the SNS logins, and so to be able to log in, you had to basically reset the password, which broke Twitch and Restream. Well, there's a difference, King, between those slapping tournaments and power slapping. The slapping tournaments in Russia and Spain, they're still like bracing themselves for impact and they're getting ready for it.
I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird. Besides that's Russia and Spain.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyway, I do have a pre-show topic. The stuff almost sidetracked us, but I do have a pre-show topic. The Twitch stuff. Did I retweet the stream tweet? I did. Okay. Netflix, about 2 hours ago, put out a tweet, and I just want to read this tweet for you, and this will, I'm sure, take us to a wonderful place. Okay. We have never canceled a successful show. Oh, you're so right, King. Let me fix that. That's from last week.
Thank you for calling him out on that. It wasn't my fault this time, Will. He didn't have the name up. Who's that?
We have never canceled a successful show. A lot of these shows were well intended, but talked to a very small audience on a very big budget.
Okay, one you have canceled.
Yeah, 100%.
And look, the shows. If we go over their cancellation list of shows canceled, I'm pretty sure as far as political alignment go, you can tick off the right and the left.
Yeah, everybody's mad.
Yeah. We are Trey, we are Legion.
Nice.
So they have, but I mean everything.
Yeah. You could just go down. There's a whole list, man.
Yeah, that's and that's a very public recent announcement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes they just get rid of them.
Yep, they don't even give people time or have them archived anywhere. There were a couple creators that for their smaller projects that Netflix had okayed, they just kept the files too. They didn't even give the creators back the files they sent in. And now the creators don't even have their show anymore. It's like, oh man, that's hello, Will.
Well, I don't know. It's really weird with the entertainment, with the media that Netflix puts out, and where you stand on stuff, it's gonna be hit and miss. And one of the cool things about Netflix is, yeah, you might make a show for a small niche of the world population or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's how else we get that story,
right?
I've brought that up a few times. There's stories out there. Tell them, you know. But so that's kind of did they can't? I don't know.
Oh,
I think was it prison? Is it called Prison Heist or Prison? Is it Prison Break? Prison Heist.
Prison Break is a very different thing.
Well, it's got Captain Cold in it. I can't remember his name. Oh,
that was
I know
Prison Break.
His name.
It's got Captain Cold in it. That was Prison Break.
That was Prison Break. Yeah.
That's an older show.
Yeah. Money Heist. Okay. I don't know. They have
just this year. I have a list for you of shows they've canceled just this year. $18.99. Inside Job, The Chair, Dead End, Paranormal Park, Uncoupled, and then they have a big list of shows that are at risk according to the metrics they use. Aries, Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun, Barbarians, Battle Kitty, Black Summer, Bruise Brothers, Chad and JT Go Deep, Chicago Party Ant, Country Queen, Decoupled, which I guess the second season, the first season got canceled. I don't understand how they do that. Farzar, God's Favorite Idiot, Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, how dare you? Hard Sell, How to Ruin Christmas, Huge in France, Hype House, In From the Cold, It's Bruno, Yiva, Justice Served, Living with Yourself, Man vs. Bee, Master of None, Medical Police, Murderville, Neo Yoko, Ratched, Russian Doll, Saturday Morning All-Star Hits, Scaredy Cat, Sneakerheads, Super Crook, Super Pup Z, The Chestnut Man, The Guardians of Justice, The Healing Powers of Dude, The Ilse Schleichinger Sketch Show, The Last Bus, The Letter for the King, The Politician, The Sound of Magic, and Woo Assassins.
Okay, that's quite a list.
That's all on the chopping block for this year.
Which really stinks, because I think that reiterates my point of what Netflix can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is go through and have a range of shows. Maybe I understand if they need to cut back on shows. That's one thing, but I don't know, man.
Maybe don't okay the shows in the first place then, if you're going to just immediately cancel them.
Yeah, you know. They
just expect everything to be Squid Game again.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's got to be a rush, right?
Yeah.
Having Squid Game go off like that,
that's
got to feel good. And they have some good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I think maybe worry about, worry about the stories and not just throwing out everything you can to see what sticks.
For sure.
You know?
Agree. Oh, well, early happy birthday then, sir.
Gosh.
All right, let's kick this thing off then.
All right, hold on. Let's do it.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Rungren.
And it's so good to have you back. And we're the Full Spectrum. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. It doesn't look like it to any of you, but the podcast scene has had an overhaul. The activity feed is now available at all times, so we won't miss that anymore, hopefully. I can see when ads are coming, so that's cool to plan around. And I have the docket on my laptop right here. So we're ready.
How it goes.
We're ready. Oh. Armored Core hour-long stream next month. That first impressions video, look, there's some games that come out. The first impressions video is really long. That's probably gonna be one of them. But as always, oh wait, actually no, we don't. It's not as always anymore. Do we have a quiz today?
Yeah, I got some questions to ask you.
All right.
I decided to hit home today.
Okay.
I got some questions about Warhammer.
Ooh.
40K. Right there. All right.
Be some crying in there, probably.
What?
In the first impressions for Armored Core.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, they're doing a hour-long press reveal.
All right. Let me I don't know how my page got messed up here, but I got it back.
Okay.
All right. So, Warhammer 40K's got Space Marines in it. And one of the most distinctive features of Space Marine is their armor.
Yeah.
Their color and emblems on their power armor make them distinct from each other.
I'm nervous
But these
now.
colors, it's not just about vanity. What do those represent?
The colors and the symbols on the armor?
Yeah.
Those represent which chapter they belong to. Which legion or chapter.
Yes. Definitely get.
No, Dark, it's space Nazis versus sexual deviants versus hungry aliens versus demons versus orcs.
Wow. Well.
And some of the space Nazis aren't Nazis. A lot of them.
Yes.
And they get eaten.
But, Nazis make good bad guys to blow up, too.
They get eaten by this guy.
Finish.
Orcs. Look,
What was that?
I don't know what the questions coming up are, so I'm trying to. In previous quizzes, I have gone on little mini rants about the answer to the question. I'm trying to be better about that.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So
Also, there's blue cow people.
so there are various types of Space Marines. Their armor and color and emblems are tied to their chapter, but they each have a certain role in combat. Now, tactical Marines are the most common.
Yeah.
From what I was seeing. Yes. So, can you tell me? Okay, tactical Marines are most common. Can you give me a couple of names of? There's what, four more, right?
Okay, so there's actually quite a few different types of Space Marine. You have the standard intercessors. You have assault intercessors. You have devastators, hellblasters, heavy interceptors. You have inceptors. You have suppressors. You have reavers. You have scout marines, and those are not good. Those are bad. You shouldn't use those. You have I can see the mod. I can see the mini in my head. You have.
Well, you have beyond
Devastators. That's it.
Devastators. You know, you said Devastators.
Oh, okay.
I counted that one because Devastators and Assault Marines. Because the Devastators have what is the pistol? The pistol's a bolter, or their weapon. Most common weapon is a bolter.
Yeah.
The Devastators use heavy bolters. I don't know why they weigh more, but whatever.
They're stronger, bigger.
Okay.
They also can have flamers.
All right.
Apothecaries. That's true. There's apothecaries as well.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Now, I was just talking about the bolter. You know, the standard
Devastator.
The standard weapon
The heavy flavor.
The Space Marine. So
Eradicators. That was the other one. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Do you know what caliber the bolter is?
Oh, the holy bolter. I don't. That's the worst part. I legitimately don't know. I'm gonna say. Yeah, we got a name change. We got a Rungren name change. What are we changing it to, Roxanne?
Wait a minute. It is caliber.
I'm gonna say 188.
No, it's a 75 caliber round.
75. Okay.
Yeah.
It is a mini rocket. It is a mini rocket, but it is.
Yeah, because they pierce in. They pierce in before they actually detonate. They're like explosive rounds. So it's basically a fully automatic rocket launcher. But yeah, it fires 75.
Yeah,
that's a big bullet. That's all
it is. It is. It punches through Tyranid heads. Is that what you were looking for, Roxanne? Okay. Perfect.
Right. Whatever. All right. So one of the things that helps Space Marines is their equipment, right? That and they use power arsenal, power armor. They have arsenal weapons.
Yeah.
They also undergo extensive genetic mutations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I'm looking for a specific one that kind of reminds that is the same thing as another sci-fi series. I'm trying not to give too much away. Yeah.
Looking for a specific genetic mutation that is like another sci-fi series.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing as another though it's much more rare in the other sci-fi series.
Okay. So you're not talking about the two hearts.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're talking about the two hearts. I was going to say, you might be talking about the acid spit.
No, the Doctor has two hearts.
Yeah. Yeah, every Astartes has two hearts. That's just normal for them.
Yeah.
Because Tyranids will punch into the ceramic plate, and like pierce a heart, and that Space Marine just keeps going. In fact, corn demons love to rip out one of the hearts just to watch the Space Marines get mad.
Okay.
Don't just take one of my hearts, man. Come on.
So, I'm thinking how to ask this. All right. Now, there's something.
Name change.
There's something about that kind of makes them distinct from
That's true.
races. They're very powerful, right? But they're all linked back to one thing genetically. What is this thing called?
Ooh, if we're saying thing, it could be Gene Seed, could be Primarch.
It's Gene Seed. It comes from the Gene Seed created the first 20 Primarchs. Right?
Yeah. And then each Primarch has their own Gene Seed from there. And that's where the chapters come from. Although 2 were lost. Congrats, Dark. That's a good feeling. That's a very good feeling.
Nice. All right. This is a little bit outside. There's no female Space Marines.
Hydrate.
Oh, okay.
And posture check.
All right. There's no female Space Marines, and some people say that it would be redundant because of what?
Because there's the Sisters of Battle already, and they're way cooler than female Space Marines would ever be.
Because there's the Sisters of Battle, yes. The Sisters of Battle fill that role.
Yeah, they're even, in my opinion, look, this is going to get me in some trouble. I play Space Marines. As you can see from the table back here, Sisters are way cooler than Space Marines. Because Space Marines are like genetically enhanced superhumans. Sisters are not that. Sisters are just people that have dedicated themselves to this fight to fight off the demons and the orcs and the Tyranids and the space elves that are trying to kill them all.
True or false? When a Space Marine can be damaged beyond repair and is unable to fight, they will be put down.
That is false. They get put into the best boys. Dreadnoughts! Even in death, I still serve. Oh, okay, sing mode. Even in death, I still serve.
All right. Let's see.
That's the darkest part about the Imperium. It's that no matter what, you're always going to have to fight until you're dead. If you're not fully dead, you got to keep fighting until you're dead. You'll never be at peace, ever.
So there was something that actually split the Space Marines. They had a schism in their ranks. And we know that you have Space Marines, you have Chaos Space Marines. Now, the schism began in 30,000 with what?
The Horus Heresy.
Yeah. Yes. This is too easy for you. All right.
My favorite meme is, Horus, how could you betray me? The Gene Seed King, 100%. Sorry, Space Marine. Your life's not important. We got to get the Gene Seed back so we can make another you. It's not you. It's another person that becomes effectively you because identity doesn't matter in the 40K universe.
So even though Space Marines they can be seen as extreme in their views, they still have rules and guidelines that they follow, both in and out of combat. Where do they get this rule set?
They have the Codex Astartes that was written by Rabutek Gittiman.
Very good. The reason why, last question. The true or false? The reason why the Space Marines are the poster child for Warhammer 40K is because they're the most abundant in the universe.
That is false.
That is false. That is false. They're actually kind of rare.
There's way more demons.
Yes. And I'll ask one for the orcs out there. Okay, a little bonus question here at the end. Right. Unlike a lot of your sword and sorcery type orcs, right? Though they may look the same, have the same green coloring, the tusk and everything, 40k orcs aren't. They're made a special way, and they're made from two different things. Do you remember what that is?
They come from spores.
They do. They're fungus. That half fungus, half animal.
Yeah, the thing that makes orcs, like, when people say, hey, why do you love the Imperium, even though the Imperium are kind of bad guys? I love them because they're bad guys, first off. I think that is a really cool dynamic. And then we got an ad in 5 minutes, apparently. The Space Marines, not all of them are the bad guys, right? Some of them are legitimate, like the Lamenters. That's my favorite chapter. Yeah, they're legitimately trying to help people and trying to fight against their more crazy brothers. But the reason that they can't win, and the reason they became so evil in a lot of ways, because Space Marines aren't good, right? They're doing good work, but they're not doing it because they're good guys, except for the Lamenters. Is because you can't stop everything else. The demons just keep coming out of the warp. The orcs just keep growing out of the ground. You have to burn the spores away, or they will just grow back. The Tyranids are coming from an endless stream from outside the galaxy because they ate everything else. And then the Tau and the Eldar are kind of just there. But, like, you can't stop them. You're fighting a losing battle.
Yeah. Well, that was by far the best you did.
I only missed one, right?
Yes.
So close to a perfect score.
Right, for the caliber, which, hey, that was a technical question.
Yeah, as King has pointed out, the Salamanders were the good guys for a long time, and then the Primarch of the Salamanders burned an Eldar child to death to make a point. It's like, yeah, look, after you've been fighting for 10,000 years against an enemy that never stops and never gets tired and never relents, your values start to go out the window, unless you're the Lamenters, and then your brothers die around you all the time.
It's the best. Well, welcome,
Orc boys, and almost
the
orcs. Of
course, after 10,000 years of war, I'm sure the military-industrial complex is doing well.
Oh, it's doing great. There's entire worlds that all they do is churn out soldiers and weapons.
Yeah.
Those people live and die making weapons. Oh, no, that's the problem. You can't study them because the Mechanicus says you can't study anything. And Mechanicus works for your boss. And the Mechanicus goes, hey, you can't have any technology that's not a technology we say you can have. So if you find old technology and we don't say you can keep it, you got to blow it up. And so the 40k universe is stagnating because the Mechanicus is like, no, that's heresy. Like, why is it heresy?
Like Horizon Forbidden West?
Kind of, yeah.
Old technology. Can't use it.
You can't use it, yeah. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. Yeah, that's the Mechanicus Creed. It's like, look, you tamper with this stuff and you're going to get tainted, so let's just not do it. Even though if we did, we could be way better off, we're just not going to do it. Yeah, only stuff from the past is okay. New stuff, no. And even that stuff from the past, we're probably going to make you blow up anyway. Like,
and it's from the right past.
This is a very short, I'm going to keep this real short. There's a story in the universe of a group of Space Marines with an Inquisitor that find a Titan. And the Titans are like the huge mechs, right? This is an age-old Titan. And the pilot has fused with the Titan. So normally the Titan pilots have like a mind link with them. And then this one went all the way. It's fused completely with it and is now immortal. And the Mechanicus goes, nope, we can't trust that. Even though they worship machines. Nope, we can't trust that. Hey, Space Marines, it's cool you're there. We want you to blow it up, but we also don't want you to tell anybody it's there. So we're going to have the Inquisitor blow herself up and kill all of you with her. And she does it because she's indoctrinated to the Imperium's creed, which, by the way, the Emperor hates. Let's just not forget that. The Emperor hates that people worship him. And so they blow the thing up, even though it could have been used to fight off untold enemies of the Imperium. And that's what makes the setting so interesting to me, is that every time you have a new main character that you're following in a book, they're having to fight against this whole system to try and achieve their goals. And most of the time, they don't succeed.
Or you get the Horus Heresy. They always have been.
Yeah. They are so focused on, not to steal a phrase from Xenoblade, but they're so focused on the endless now. They want to keep the present alive.
Whoa, that's So I was saying, the military industrial complex is doing well. They want to keep war going.
Yeah. There's a really good theory that the whole reason everything keeps going the way it does is because Tzeentch, who's the god of like secrets and mischief and deceit, is purposefully trying to lead the Imperium down that track, and people are so focused on their worship of the Emperor, who again does not want to be a god, but is getting prayed to like one, that Tzeentch is able to just pull them this way and completely curve them. I don't think it's evil. It's the whole Imperium's not evil. The regular rank and file people are good. It's the upper echelon are evil, and there's nobody alive that can challenge them.
If we only had a parallel in real life.
Yeah, it's almost like the government.
Close my eyes and throw a dart at the map.
Yeah, it's 100%. That's the 40K. AI speaks, it's bad, but if it thinks but keeps its mouth shut, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't hit the singularity yet, but when we do, we'll have a discussion.
Yeah.
All right. Ad time. Did Nightbot get it right?
It did this time. The ad has 4 more seconds to go. I can see it. The ad has finished. So let's get into weeks.
Right on.
How's your week been, Rungren?
I don't want to talk about my week was filled with no internet.
Yeah.
No, I did play a lot of Solid. I want to gripe about this real quick before I go talk about something else. But so the internet out, this machine that I like, this computer, just becomes a solitaire machine.
Yeah.
So I play solitaire on it. So Microsoft's got solitaire on here, which you can play the easy levels. But if you want to play anything harder or some of the other games, like Minesweeper, you've got to be connected to the internet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if I had
really
the internet, I wouldn't be playing this game.
Yeah.
It's a little bit aggravating, but I did get to watch Slumberland.
Okay.
Yes, with Jason Momoa in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good. It's got some Neil Gaiman type feel to it.
Yeah.
A little bit. Some of his like Sandman stuff, and kind of mixed in with maybe like the Alice in Wonderland kind of idea. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I like the movie. I figured out some stuff early that's where the show went.
Right.
So I kind of knew it was going to happen, but it didn't take away from the show. I don't think this. Look, I'm not going to talk about Sandman right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I will. Never be on TV.
There's a lot more dark that I'm not getting into for the sake of brevity about why the machine that people are indoctrinated into got set up, including like they had sophisticated AI robots that were doing all the work for them because they used to be in like the golden age of humanity, and then the robots turned on them because why are we serving you? And so then the Emperor stepped up and saved everybody, and then after he died, people went, hey, actually he didn't die, he's still alive barely on his golden throne, he's our god. And people went, oh, of course he's our god, he saved us all. And then they were indoctrinated into the system. The rank and file people don't even know Space Marines exist. Like
Apollo 17, 18, 19, and 20.
Yeah.
The 3 missions that were canceled. Huh.
Yeah. They've been told that the Emperor is keeping everything at bay and there's nothing to worry about.
I don't think that's true.
It's not. The Servo Skull? Yeah. Look, there's a lot of messed up stuff in 40K. Yeah, that's how, when Rengren said earlier they're super rare, the universe of 40K is so huge that the Imperium of Man is made up of something like 300 trillion planets, most of whom don't even know the other planets in their sector of space because they're all at like agrarian Middle Ages style living. Like, it is insane how big that universe is. So all they get told is, yeah, there's demons and there's bugs and stuff, but the Emperor holds them back and keeps you safe. And they internalize it, and there you go.
All right. But Slumberland was good.
Yeah, please continue. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's about what I did with my week. So how was your week, sir?
My week's been pretty good. Tried to watch The 100 because my missus said that it was really good, and I kind of hate it. I don't think it's very good. Maybe I just need to watch more episodes, but I couldn't stand the writing in the first couple episodes, and the world building made no sense. There's a whole section where it goes, hey, yeah, these 12 nations all banded together 100 years ago on a space station, and yet none of them have accents, none of them care about their original cultures, and none of them even reference the cultures that were just 100 years ago. What? You telling me the French and everybody else are fine on that space station? So
they'll be fine in the case of tragedy, but yeah, they probably should sound a little bit different.
Probably.
They don't have a budget.
Yeah. So after we tried to watch that, we switched to The Legend of Vox Machina.
Okay.
And we're 3 episodes in on that, and it is very good. I am really enjoying it. I've seen all of Campaign 1, so I knew what was going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
100 years ago, we had cowboys, samurais, cavemen, so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it translates the campaign into a show very well. The animation is very good, and the amount of rewriting they had to do to write out Tiberius doesn't seem like it was actually that difficult. It seems like for the most part they're able to navigate it and you wouldn't even know. The show is very raunchy because it's Campaign 1. Campaign 1 was very raunchy. I mean, Scanlan was there. But it's more gory than I expected, but otherwise it's really, really solid. I'm liking it a lot.
Excellent. I do believe I've watched that one.
Yeah, season 2 is out now, and that's what I'm trying to get to.
I don't think I've seen season 2. I probably need to go back and watch season 1 again.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
And then do we need to talk about the fact that of course I've been playing Fire Emblem Engage? I put a bunch of time into Fire Emblem Engage. There's a video going up tomorrow about my thoughts up to Chapter 8. I have gotten well past Chapter 8 now, but I felt like that was a good early spot. Engage is weird because for the first 10 chapters, the story is, our first 9 chapters, I guess, the story is almost like a Saturday morning cartoon. The characters are all fun, everything's super light and cheery, and you got this is your girl that just likes tea, and this is your prince that looks like he's going to be really serious, but actually he's really nice, and he's got a really lighthearted attitude, and he just cares about muscles. And then in chapter 10, it takes a turn and becomes Fire Emblem again. And
okay, so the first part of it's Fire Emblem Engage, and the second part of it's after they get married.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's when people have to stop acting like everything's okay.
Okay.
But no, I like it a lot so far. Gameplay wise, and I know when I say this, people are like, it's too early to say that. Gameplay wise, it legitimately might be some of the best gameplay in the series. It is comparable to like Fate's hard mode or Fate's maddening mode, lunatic mode right now for like options. Chapter 14, yeah, it's real good. Story wise, it's starting to get good for me. There's a couple moments that are like really solid, but gameplay's where it's at for me. And kind of like Fire Emblem Fates, which I hated, but loved the gameplay. This one doesn't have all the problems that I have with Fates, where characters just suddenly start making decisions that don't make sense for the established characters that they've been. So hopefully this will continue to just be either okay or great story-wise, and then gameplay-wise just continue to be incredible. There's so many options. I didn't even talk spoilers in the video that I recorded, and it's like 23 minutes of just me talking about mechanics. There's so much to love in this game. So, looking forward to playing more of that. And then, still playing Guild Wars 2. Trying to work my way through that. Same old there. So,
right on. It's still they're having a New Year's festival?
Yeah, Lunar New Year's. We did a little bit of that yesterday for Immo Monday. And then after that, we tried to go to the Domain of Isten and do some achievements there. And the Domain of Isten was like, yeah, no, you can't stream here, buddy. It lagged so hard in the because there's a particle effect in the Domain of Isten. And apparently it just kills. Even with the frame rate locked, it just kills it. So we went somewhere else and did other stuff. It was fine. We did some World v World, and I got killed a bunch. But
Fair enough.
Do we want to talk about Gundam? We want to talk about Double Zeta. We didn't get to watch any last week, but we haven't talked about it for the last like 3 weeks.
I don't know. It still feels to me like they're just moving pieces around the board.
Yeah,
getting set to tell a story.
Yeah,
like the
put up spoilers. Yep.
The original Gundam and Zeta, whether I liked it or not, by this time we're getting a bit of the story.
Yeah.
Even though, Zeta was trying to set up a lot of, different factions through the beginning, they were still plowing through the story.
Yeah.
At that point.
Meanwhile, we're at Moon.
Yeah, that's a weird.
It was so much worse than I remembered. I remembered it being bad, and it was worse.
Well, you have this one colony doing it. I think, in idea, I could definitely see this happening, that colonies taking on their own identity.
Yeah. It's a cool idea.
Yeah. It's just not, I don't know. It's still, I think part of it might be just because it's by far the most 80s Gundam I've seen yet. Out of the three, this is 80s.
Yeah.
Right? You can see it in some of the art style and some of the characters they put up, some of the storyline. It's kind of, right now it's a bad soap opera.
Yeah.
So, oh no, they're twins. Yeah, okay.
Just wait, they'll animate Moon Gundam soon. You just keep on hoping for that, buddy. There's not really more that I can think of to say about it other than just, we're still watching it, and it's not as good as the rest of Gundam, by far.
Some of the and each Gundam, like they might could have done more with that character, but it was like, okay, with time constraints and all that, right? It feels like maybe it's just the whole thing of Moon. It just feels like it was kind of wasted.
No, King. I'm sorry. Please continue. The Bawu shows up in those episodes. That's the best suit.
But I think the characters were cool. Just they executed well, I guess, is where I'm going.
Yeah.
So far.
And the whole like Beecha and Mondo are still trying to betray the Argama. Like, why are they still here? Come on.
Yeah.
What is a Bawu? God.
Good God. Nice.
So yeah, that's Double Zeta. Well, let's see how we get with the next 5 episodes.
Well, that was a little bit of clever writing that I think maybe helps. My argument is kind of wasted a little bit. You've got going, okay, this is your god. Now you got to face it.
Yeah.
That's not like even touched on. It's just like, no, they freak out.
Yeah, it just glossed over completely.
Yeah.
Also, real quick before we move on, Captain Bright having to pretend that the Double Zeta is their machine god and they're having to kill him.
Yeah.
I'm so torn on that because on the one hand, that's so clever. And Captain Bright haven't just immediately like, yes, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Captain Bright, man, what are they making you do? What are they doing to you?
Is that maybe it's because I think the target audience might be actually a bit younger.
Yeah.
As they're trying to bring it on, so that might explain some of the storyline decisions. But after you've gone through the first 2 and taken their worst and then go, okay, this is good stuff out of these.
Yeah.
Like there's some powerful writing, not consistent, but through them.
Yeah.
And you kind of go with this where it is. It's a little immature.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a cartoon from the 80s, so.
It is. All right. Well, we have a lot of reviews to cover. So we should probably start dipping into those.
All right.
Let's start off here. I don't have these tabs in order to the docket. Putting them in order now. Let's start off here with One Piece Odyssey.
Crap, I gotta give this a good score.
So, for anybody who doesn't know, this is the One Piece turn-based RPG.
Okay, I got a score.
All right,
it's fair. I'm gonna go 82.
Okay, 82. Bring down spoilers and bring up ice cream.
Cream. Dan, ice cream. Ice cream.
Refresh this to make sure I got this right. And we'll push the button.
Me too. Got some scores in here. 67, 69, and 80. Yeah.
We saved these from last week too, so we have last week's reviews and this week. Didn't want to do reviews without you.
Appreciate it.
The score is 75.
Really? Okay.
Not too high, not too low, but higher than lower. Couple reviews for you here.
Okay.
Games Hub says One Piece Odyssey walks the line between being a great anime adaptation and an engaging video game admirably. It's happy, bright, and true to the tone and content of the source material, and it succeeds in making you feel close to the characters as you join them on their grand adventure.
All right. So it's like you're selling the story, though. You might change up a couple words. You're selling the anime on that.
Very much so. And then this one is a little bit of different take on that, maybe. CM Magazine says, One Piece Odyssey is a slog to play with horrendous pacing and progression issues, destroying what little good can be found in the story and combat. That hurt me to read.
But it did.
I played the demo for this, and I loved it. That's all I'm saying. It was a little slow, but I loved it.
All right. I think I'm going to Bill and Ted this one.
Okay.
All right, it goes 69, dude.
All right. 1,000+ episodes. I tell everybody, you can watch the anime if you want. You should probably just read the manga. It's gonna be a lot faster than watching 1,000 episodes. Jack said we can go, and the score is 64%.
All right.
It is slow, and that is the biggest complaint that people had. It takes a while to get going. You don't unlock fast travel very quickly, and unfortunately, the regular movement speed around the world is really slow. The dash is better, and you get the dash from Go, but it's still slow to move around it. The combat's so good, though. The turn-based combat's so good.
That's kind of how RPGs or turn-based RPGs do, though. I'm trying to think of one that doesn't. Something that, look, I know there's other ones, but my brain automatically starts going through Final Fantasies.
Right.
You know, because Final Fantasy, the original one, starts out kind of slow. You got a little bit of a slog in 7. Now, look, what was it, 12?
Yeah.
Yes, that one's good. But 10 didn't take very long to get going.
Well, I don't just mean slow in that
9.
regard. I mean the movement speed on the map is slow. It feels bad in a way that I think is going to make people turn off the game before they even really get into it, you know?
Okay, fair enough. I see.
Yeah, most RPGs, unfortunately, don't have very quick movement. There's no reason not to let your characters move fast in the overworld. There's no reason.
Well, there's on the other hand of that though, when like going back to Final Fantasy, like in 7, you know, when you get the airship, or you get the ship, you step up, you get an airship, then you'll get a canoe, but then you
get a car as well at one point.
Yeah, you go through. So that really feels like you're getting something, but you gotta have the game work up to that point.
Yeah,
you know,
that's very true.
So, well.
Next up, we have Lone Ruin, which is in all caps for some reason. And so
it's important. It's important.
This is, according to their Google description, a spell-based roguelike twin-stick shooter with a focus on replayability.
Okay.
Hero. All right, Will.
Pick with a game.
Will says this is the worst game ever made.
72. I'm gonna go 72.
Okay. It is great. I should have done this so long ago. Having the laptop up here where I can pull up what each game is, and so smart.
2, 69, 50, 0. Not a lot of hope for this game.
The score is 72.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Shaq News says Lone Ruin will test your patience, but let's all be grateful the arcade action comes without the arcade cost. Ha 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 ha. The just one more try gameplay benefits greatly from the snappy load screens and menus, even on the Nintendo Switch version, making it easier to recommend this brutally difficult and magical indie hit from super rare games.
Okay. That's a nice little review. Nothing.
Hey, Poor Player says, I had really high hopes for the Lone Ruin, and while it's not a horrible game by any stretch, I felt it was really underwhelming. Not only does it lack any replay value, but the core loop features nearly identical stage layouts and a frustrating lack of clear audio cues for enemy attacks. While some may find something to enjoy in the survival mode, I think fans of the genre will be left wanting much more.
All right, we're sticking with 2? Okay. I'm going to lower the score down to 64.
64%. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think the percent is, chat?
64. I heard it. I heard the X.
You can go. That's a lot of 6s, Roxy. I don't think the score goes up that high.
50. 64.
It's 48%.
Ooh.
So people liked it, but they weren't sure they'd recommend it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know that if it's got a 48%, it should have a 72. That's all I'm saying. But, you know.
Look, all I'm saying is I remember the old Nintendo games, and they were hard and slow and sloggy sometimes.
Yeah, it's very true.
No.
Well, let's all be thankful we don't have to spend quarters, right? Such a weird thing to
Yeah.
add to your review. We haven't had to spend quarters in a long time.
No.
Back in my day,
GameCube
I
did.
played
That
GameCube.
when the game, yeah, the GameCube. GameCube got big.
Yeah, I liked my
Did
GameCube.
really well for Nintendo. A lot
Dual
of people
console.
really like a lot of people that are a little bit younger than I. The GameCube was huge for them.
Fire Emblem 9 on GameCube. Path of Radiance, such a good game.
And for the really nerdy ones, what was it? The N64.
Yeah, I liked N64 a lot.
But even but you're old enough.
Well, I was a SNES kid.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, I was a SNES kid. Yeah, most kids nowadays, it's weird for you.
That's the way it goes.
Yep. The passage of time.
Yes.
Time flows on like an unending stream, an unending dream. That's a quote from Marshall Peak. Next up, I pulled the X up way too early. We have Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. It's a side-scrolling action platformer that channels the golden age of classic 16-bit action games in a full-throttle quest for revenge.
Okay. Because that name yes. Like that's the name of a game. I'm pretty sure of a Ninja Gaiden knockoff,
right?
From like 92 or something like that.
Yeah.
Moon. Let's see. 79.
Riding the moon.
Going
Someone on
79.
your team's reviewing that one? Nice.
Oh, excellent.
What do you think, chat? Rungren gave it a 79. I understand. We talked about Lone Ruin and One Piece Odyssey.
Yes.
87 from chat?
Your grandparents are much more important than we are.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Okay, so I got 87.
69 once again. Okay.
Okay.
The score is 79.
Okay. All right, so it's better than One Piece.
All right, so Niche Gamer says it must have taken a lot of guts from Joy Masher to release a linear 2D action platform that relies on a live system in 2023. The spectacle and lavish pixel art are some of the best around, and it is apparent that the artists poured all their sweat, blood, and tears into every dot for Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. Went for it and crafted what is possibly one of the greatest examples of its genre. Nice, Dark. Also, I just want to throw this out there. There are still games that have live systems today. It's not like it's a crazy thing. It's rare, sure, but it still happens.
Yeah.
And the Guardian,
Working
nice.
on that Guardian. Okay, see that. So we're almost there for the first week of February, aren't we?
Yeah, it's almost here.
I think the score might raise a little bit on this on a rare occasion. I think I'm gonna go 82.
Okay. What do you think, chat? Nobody's got any ice cream yet, but that could change.
87. Bring the score up a little bit. Yeah.
75. Okay. Enjoy the ramen.
75. That might be a good score.
The score is
76.
74.
Oh.
Both so close.
Yeah, Dark and Roxanne were right there on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Will came in late with that 99.
I want this game to be good.
Next up is Fire Emblem Engage. You heard me talking about it a little bit earlier.
Gosh. Fire Emblem Engage. Okay.
Newest game in the Fire Emblem series. Welcome back, Will.
Welcome back. 84. I'm going to go up 2 points. 84.
Okay. All right.
Maybe the mechanics will bring it up a little bit.
Let's see what the chat says. I understand. You gotta be like, you gotta be a Fire Emblem guy. That's all I'm saying. Did you hear that story yet? I was torn between buying Fire Emblem Engage or One Piece Odyssey. And I told the missus that, and she said, "But you're the Fire Emblem guy."
Okay.
And so, like, I had to get it there, you know?
Yeah.
Spy Family's very good.
Yeah.
I forgot to talk about something in my week. I'll talk about it in plugs. It's
All right.
Spy Family's.
All right.
The score is 83.
Okay. All right.
I have a couple reviews for you.
Very good.
I have Dex2 that says Fire Emblem Engage feels like a step backwards in ways that this writer appreciates. Gone are the lessons, and in their place is a genuinely affecting story with plenty of whimsy and epic tactical conquest. It's a great way to kick off the year for the Switch, and also happens to be one of the best looking games on the platform, too. Now, it is, again, a big step back from Three Houses in a lot of regards mechanically, but a lot of people appreciate that because Three Houses, if you wanted to level your units the best way possible, you had to do a bunch of grinding through, like, lessons, and I assume that's what he's referencing there. I still like Three Houses. I just like Engage more.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hmm.
I'm attempting to read that, King. It was dark. I'll talk about it during plugs. And then I have one more for you here,
Okay.
which is VGC. Fire Emblem Engage. Oh, it's ad time. It's not. Nightbot, don't lie to me. I can see that it's not ad time. Aha! Fire Emblem Engage is a great strategy game, but we don't think it's a great modern Fire Emblem game. Whether the reference for the social elements of Three Houses came as a surprise to the team or not, the dearth of those moments in Engage make it feel like it's missing half its core at times. I firmly disagree. While the anniversary cameos will please the hardcore fans at first, we worry that, much like the weak social aspects, their largely minor impact on the game itself will disappoint. Just a quick reminder, Fire Emblem as a series does something new every game. It iterates every time. And so not having the Three Houses, like Monastery and classes, that was to be expected in this franchise. If you started with Three Houses, you might expect it to keep going Three Houses style, but Three Houses was the first one to do that and probably the last one to do that. So, you know, that's just the way the franchise works. You don't have to like that about it, but it's the way the franchise has always worked. Appreciate it, King. Nice.
Happy flight.
So what do you think the recommended score is going
to 78.
Okay.
78.
I don't know. I downloaded the demo. I do not know how big that download is. I bought Fire Emblem instead of One Piece Odyssey. I'm a bad One Piece fan. Okay. Is 81. Welcome back, Roxanne. Will still sticking with that 1,999. The recommended score is 87.
Okay. All right.
Not a bad One Piece fan. You're just a better Fire Emblem fan. I love that. No, One Piece is great. You read it in chunks instead of reading it all at once. I'm about 40 chapters behind right now, but I'll get caught up. Let's just read them in chunks.
Yes.
It's better, unironically, it's better that way in my mind than reading it week to week. Week to week, those arcs go so long. When you read them all in one big go, it feels way better.
Kind of like binge watching a Netflix show.
Yeah, kind of. And that's my One Piece hot take that people are going to be mad at me for on Twitter later, I'm sure. Every time I talk about One Piece, somebody gets mad at me on Twitter. Even though I love the show wholeheartedly, every time I talk about it on this podcast, somebody gets mad at me on Twitter.
You don't love it the right way.
That's right. Imagine keeping a cartoon. That's right. Yeah, if you watch the anime, it's going to take a long time. If you're reading the manga, not too bad. Next up is... Oh, why don't I have that tab? Where is it? Here it is.
Oh, my gosh.
Second to last review-wise, A Space for the Unbound. I'm going to read you their description, and then I want to talk about it for just a second here. But A Space for the Unbound is a slice-of-life adventure game that tells the story about overcoming anxiety, depression, and the relationship between a boy and a girl with supernatural powers. I played the demo for this 4 years ago, and I loved it. It was
Okay.
so good. I played it as part of one of the big Steam fests. It's so good. Have not yet got to play the full game, but I'm excited to. And the art style is incredible. It looks really nice. Oh, it's a shame. Love to hear it. I haven't played it myself full game, just the demo, but the demo was really good. So,
Okay.
what do you think the score is going to be? Oh, I'm sure it's going to be sad.
83.
Okay. Oh, Anomalous, I think it's right up your alley. Dark says 89, Runrun says 83, Roxanne says 77. Score is 83!
Hey, there you go. There you
Get
go.
you some ice cream, sir.
Give me the ice cream.
Get you some ice cream.
Yes.
Okay, let me read a couple of reviews for you here. Noisy Pixel says, through the lens of magical realism, A Space for the Unbound takes a whimsical yet mature look at what happens when a community is under unexplainable distress. It shows you the effect one small action or one person can have. Factor in a beautiful art style, excellent storytelling, and a gorgeous soundtrack. There's no denying the superb quality of the content. And I got one more for you here. This one's from The Gamer. You can love this game despite its problems and think it's extremely important, even if there's aspects of it you don't like. Should be obvious, but unfortunately, that does have to be said often with video games for some reason. People are flawed, and so is this game, but we can overcome that and still allow them to affect us deeply as we move on from them. That's right. That's right.
Fair. I don't know. It sounds like it might be kind of a good story, like a powerful game. I can't think of a different word for it right now.
Silent Voice, don't want anything sadder than that. Silent Voice is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember there was a game.
Look, I play EDF. I'm right there with you.
There was a game called, what was it called? Going Home.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, there are some people in my mind like, yeah, they've either played this or they should play this. But it's definitely not for everybody. And I kind of get that when the reviews you're giving me, it kind of, in a way, it kind of reminds me of that for some reason. I'm not sure
believe it still has a demo, so that might be something that people want to check out if they're interested to see if it's going to jive with them or not. We do need an ED commitment.
Ooh, 87. 87.
All right. I don't think so, King, but I will make one. I don't think anybody's going to get this score.
Well, really?
The score is 95%.
Okay. I like
we don't
it, huh?
see that at all, really. That's great.
They like it. Okay.
Makes me happy. And lastly, for reviews for tonight, we have a very special game that I cannot wait to make a video on the demo. I've got the demo downloaded now, and that's Forspoken.
Oh, okay. All right.
For anybody who doesn't know, this is the Square Enix Sony game where the character goes, I'm in a strange world. I don't know how I got here, and now I'm talking to a bracelet. This is my life. Something like that. Yeah, what? It's that game.
I don't know. Okay. I played a lot of NES games this week.
Yeah.
And Square Enix used to be great.
It is How Do You Do, Fellow Kids? It absolutely is.
The LOL.
Yeah. Look, all I'm saying is I saw a cutscene. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I saw a cutscene where the character does a thing and goes, I just did that with my mind. With my mind. And I was like, all right, look, I can't do this.
Mind bullets. Yeah. They seem to have a different set of priorities when it came to gaming back in the day. Maybe it's just me.
I miss Enix. That's all I'm saying.
70.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've heard some stuff. That's why I'm excited to make a video on the demo.
65, 64.
Like, unironically, the stuff that I've seen makes me want to play that game to cover it because it does not seem good. Okay. We got a 65, 64, 69, 63. The score is 69.
Okay.
Roxanne, you're on the board.
Excellent.
Let me read a couple of reviews for you here, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see how anybody's gonna get this one. Gaming Nexus says Forspoken is absolutely fantastic. With all the spells you can unlock, the gear you can upgrade, the fights, the bosses, and a storyline that rivals the best video game stories. This isn't a return to form for Square Enix. It's a testament that they still got it and will have it for a very, very long time.
I don't know. Okay.
Rivals the best video game stories, huh? Telling me it's as good as Chrono Trigger?
Yes.
And then let me read Outer Haven Productions. That says Forspoken is a bland experience about a girl and her cuff trying to save a world blanketed in corrupting mist. It tries to do a lot of things, but doesn't ever really do any one thing well.
Okay. Kind of a shot. I mean, we've been picking. What we've been kind of picking on is just the writing wasn't good. The dialogue wasn't good, right?
Right.
Well, I heard it.
I don't know if it will get us in trouble or not, but I will attempt to share this.
Well, if we do, it's Dark's fault anyway. It'd be nothing new. Reviews are clear thing.
So you're gonna hear this audio, and I will attempt to drag this on screen. We should be good. I don't think there's anything that will be. No, it's not. It's not dragging like it's supposed to. Okay, here we go. All right. Take a listen to this, chat.
Destruction and corruption are forms of creation in themselves.
Wow, you sound like a serial killer.
What?
Destruction and corruption are beautiful forms of creation in themselves.
I don't
That's
sound
kind of
like
funny,
that.
though.
You absolutely sound like that.
No, you
Yeah, I'm
absolutely
hearing
sound like that. Yeah,
I'm gonna link
see,
this to you
two can play that
immediately
game.
after. I
You're
should have done
fucking
it first.
stupid.
Destruction and corruption.
Okay. Link this to you. As far as I can see, the biggest cardinal sin there is it was a good idea that got overplayed, you know?
Well, okay.
Because the joke starts out kind of funny and then it just keeps going.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'll kind of give it a low score. I think I'm gonna give it a 58. After this, then I'm gonna watch this video.
All right.
No.
You can watch it while the chat makes their guesses.
Destruction and corruption are forms of creation in themselves.
Wow, you sound like a serial killer.
What?
64.
Forms of creation in themselves.
71. 63. 53.
What a great argument.
Right?
No, you.
I think when she, and a 77, I think when she was originally mocking him, like that was pretty good.
Yeah.
if that
Yeah.
had been the end of that, that would have been a good joke.
Yeah.
But then they undermine the joke by carrying forward. And according to Dark, they keep going with that argument. All right. So it probably deserves this score, which is 28%.
Oh, Lee. Wow. Finally, they thought. 28, huh?
I haven't
Not
seen
the
a
lowest
score that
score
low in
bad,
so
but
long.
That's pretty low.
I'm trying to remember what the last one that we had that was that low was.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's
That's
been a
pretty bad.
while. It's
Yeah.
been a while.
Oh, yeah. I think they got bad reviews. I think Ballin ended up with really bad reviews, too.
Yeah, it definitely did. But we covered one a couple weeks back. I say like 6 months back that was really bad. But it's been a while.
Oh,
yeah.
Lee.
You know. Now you see why I'm excited to cover it, to play the demo and record my reactions to it.
Yes. All right. All right.
Trigger was rebranded as a fourth Back to the Future movie directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Probably. It was bad at launch, King. It has gotten better. It's like Cyberpunk. It has gotten better. But they are not the games that they were when they launched. But I do think the launch clowning on was a bit deserved.
Also, man, that's people don't forget.
Yeah.
You
I'm not
know?
going to say it was that bad. No Man's Sky had the same problem. But it was rough at launch.
Shows stuff about the game.
So I watched some combat, and the combat looks like FF15, but slowed down.
Oh,
And
okay.
the problem that I had with FF15's combat was that there's no weight to it. It looks cool, but you don't actually feel like you're swinging a big sword. You just kind of, the magic's good in that game, but the actual combat, you go back and look, FF15's combat was fast. You're blinking around the battlefield and doing big combos. It's fast. If you're not playing as Noct, then it's slow. But if you're playing as Noctis, you're moving fast. But Forspoken's looks like that with extra flips. I don't want it to weigh like 2 ounces, though. I want it to weigh 16 ounces. Exactly.
The guy, the first time playing Dead Space, that made sure he stomped his foot about 3 or 4 times.
Yes, I sure was.
Because it felt good.
It feels good. Yeah, I understand. Anomalous, I definitely understand. All right, well, let's move into announcements.
All right.
All right, so our first announcement. I want weighty combat, Dark. I want it to feel good. When I swing a weapon, I won't feel like I'm swinging a weapon. Look, you go back to early Star Wars, the lightsabers, they weren't no weight at all. They were swinging them like they had weight. It looked good. That's what makes the prequels with like, it's like, oh, come on, man. Rungren's back. That's the first announcement. That's right.
All right.
Welcome back, Rungren.
Yes.
Weighty combat like Monster Hunter. Yeah, that combat feels good, man. Our first announcement is, I get that, but I want the melee combat to weigh something and the magic to feel like it, you know? Even in anime, stuff should feel weighted.
No, remember the anime.
Oh, okay, I will. Dokapon Kingdom Connect has been announced, and what makes this special is it's coming over here to the west.
Oh. Well, that's cool. Because there's some games in history that we didn't get over here that are on quite a few different systems that we should.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, Dokapon's one of those. Dokapon, we got Dokapon Kingdom, and then we got Dokapon Journey, and that's it. We didn't get any of the other Dokapon games. And if you're hearing me say Dokapon and going, why? First off, the word doesn't sound real anymore because I keep saying Dokapon. But second off, what is Dokapon? Well, Dokapon Kingdom is the evolution of what Mario Party started. It's, what if we did that, but we really made you want to hate the people you're playing with. And instead of mini games, you have a full journey that you have to go on. And you can fight each other at any time, and when you fight each other, you can steal their equipment, you can steal their gold, you can change their name in-game, or you can change their haircut in-game.
Ooh.
And so the game is just trolling each other while attempting to do the challenges. The problem is the game is also trolling you the whole time. The game hates you, and it is trying to stop you. And it is so evil, and yet somehow incredibly entertaining to watch. If you hear this and go, man, I want to see some people play this, on the Woolly Versus channel, they did a full playthrough where it got so bad at one point that chat started donating to a blood pool so that whoever won got the money in the blood pool because it was so spiteful. And those people are still friends today, but they have more patience than anyone I've ever seen that they're still friends today. It is an incredible series, and I'm glad we're getting more of it because it's so much fun to play and to watch people play. Because there's something special about enjoying the misery, right? Even when it's bad, it's fun. So, travel slinging, yeah. Spider-Man PS4 is so good. Dokapon Kingdom Connect. This is not a gacha. This is unless I missed it and you're talking about a different game. This is a Switch game.
Well, that doesn't rule out it.
Well, that's true, but it's
all right.
Next announcement we have is Atelier Ryza 3 is getting delayed, and you may say, Trey, why are we even talking about this? We never talk about the Atelier games. This one got like a full message from the producer, and why it's surprising is because it's only getting like a month delay.
Yeah.
But the producer himself put out like a full... Right. They say it does not.
Name's close.
Right. They say specifically, we apologize for this delay to everyone who's been looking forward to the release of Atelier Ryza 3. In order to make this game a fitting finale, sorry, that's how words work, retake, for Ryza and her friends, we have taken on challenges such as adventuring in a vast open field and graphics that express the charm of these characters to the fullest extent. Our team will take this additional time to fine-tune the final touches so that we can deliver to all of you who have been following the series for the best possible experience in this culmination of Ryza and her friends' adventures. We're making the game even better to make it worth your wait, so we appreciate your patience for just a little bit more until the game's release.
Okay.
So I just thought that was nice that, hey, it may only be a 1 month delay, but the producer wrote a letter.
Yeah. As far as delays go, that's not much of a delay at all.
Yeah, that's pretty good comparatively.
Wow.
All right. Well, next up, we have maybe the weirdest announcement of the night. Melty Blood Type Lumina, as we know, fighting game, right? Everybody loves Melty Blood Type Lumina. We talk about it all the time. Is getting a crossover with Dead Islands 2 delay. That's not a surprise. We don't even really talk about it. It keeps getting delayed so many times. It's getting a crossover with Team Fortress 2.
Okay. All right. That's kind of a lot. What a way to scream out, please remember our game. I don't know.
So this is a fighting game, right? Just to clarify. And they tweeted out that the Melty Blood Type Lumina Team Fortress 2 collaboration project is in progress. Get ready to experience characters from Valve's popular FPS game at Melty Blood Type Lumina. So we don't know who's going to be playable, but I'm hoping it's the Pyro or the Demo Man. I'm an engineer main in TF2.
Okay.
Farm Boy Charm with a Mechaton Yield. That's my boy. It's a weird crossover to go, hey, this very old Valve shooter that's still alive.
Yeah.
Crossing over with this fighting game, Melty Blood.
Yeah. Which Team Fortress 2 deserves a mention in gaming history for sure. Even as a footnote maybe, but
yeah,
weird.
It probably will be the heavy, honestly. He's like the poster child, and I get why. And then part of his combo will be he eats a sandwich. The scout could throw hands. Who touched Sasha? It's just a weird. I kept that one redacted for you on purpose because I had to hit you with that one.
We've had some weird crossovers in the past year. Okay, so I don't know what's coming. A couple were mentioned here, Eve and Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I got another one for you. Another crossover right here.
Oh.
I would too, Dark. That'd be great. Power Wash Simulator is getting a new DLC. And it's Tomb Raider. You can now power wash down Croft Manor.
Right. Oh my gosh, man. Are they scraping the bottom of the barrel for some
I don't know though. There's something cool about because I've been to Croft Manor a lot of times over the years, you know?
Look, I wasn't
something
gonna say
about just yeah, that's fair. That seems cool to me. I think that's a cool thing. Yeah, Monster Hunter continues to have weird crossovers, and they're great. You get to be Dante and Ryu and Mega Man in Monster Hunter. It's awesome. Yeah, let's not forget Rainbow Six Siege and Nier. Yeah, just
Twin Control Edition.
you want to power wash Croft Manor, there you go.
For the win.
There's a reason that part of the internet calls her 2 booty instead of 2B. We just don't speak of that. And then the last announcement that I have for you tonight is Granblue Fantasy versus Rising.
Wow.
Animal Crossing Dead or Alive.
Look, more. There's a mod. There's a mod.
I'm sure there is. So this is a full-on sequel to Granblue Fantasy. The retake.
Oh my gosh.
So this is a full-on sequel to Granblue Fantasy Versus. It's gonna have crossplay, which is really cool. It's gonna have rollback netcode, which is the best part about it. All fighting games have rollback netcode now. If you don't have rollback netcode, you have no reason not to. That's all I'm saying. Enhanced graphics, new story content, new stages and character, and a new mechanic called Ultimate Skills. So, for Granblue players, this is a new game with cool new stuff for you. It is another fighting.
Okay.
It's all right. Still waiting for Relink.
Well, I don't know. From the name, I think it's about somebody's nana with blue hair. That's the new old lady hair dye.
The character designs in Granblue are really cool. So Granblue Fantasy is a gacha game. And the Versus is a full-on fighting game with a story mode that uses characters from the gacha. And I don't play the gacha because I have no reason to. But the fighting game is actually pretty good.
You'll be Grand Brown then. Well, that Granblue, no Grand Brown.
All right. Well, we'll move into the news.
All right.
We don't have much news tonight, but both our news stories are interesting in my mind.
All right.
So let's talk about Forspoken's minimum specs.
Requirements. Okay.
Yeah. So before I give you the minimum requirements, let me give you what hey, these are what it can run, right? These are the ultra, what we say you should have for ultra, right? I will, Dark. I will. For ultra, obviously you need to be on 64-bit system for Windows 11.
Yeah.
For ultra settings, AMD
Windows
Ryzen.
11?
Yeah, Windows 10 or 11.
Oh, 10 or 11. Okay.
Yeah. AMD Ryzen 5 5800X. Again, this is for ultra settings, right?
Right.
An i7 12700K. I said that in a weird way, 12,700K. A Radeon RX 6800 XT 16 gig. An NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 16 gig. 32 gigs of RAM. 2160p 60 FPS resolution. And a 150 gig SSD or more. That's the ultra
So it's
settings,
good.
right?
Yeah, so this is gonna be a benchmark game. What was that last one?
Crisis.
Crisis. Yeah, Crisis.
Yeah.
Yes, with a Y. That was a benchmark game. I
Yeah.
was like, well, I can play it.
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
good.
Is that for the recommended settings, they say you should have a Ryzen 5 3600, an i7 8700, a AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT 12 gig, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 8 gig, 24 gigs of RAM, 1440 p 30 FPS resolution, and 150 gig SSD. That's the recommended settings. That's very high for recommended.
You could get away building an $800 computer if you find sales and stuff to play this game.
Yeah.
But
that's the recommended. I still have the minimum. Now, before we do that, we do have an ad in 20 seconds, so I feel like we should probably wait for that shoe to drop.
Aren't you fancy now?
So get ready, chat, because you have an ad in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if the ad actually launched like it was supposed to on time.
I don't know.
I bet it did. I bet it did.
Probably not. Probably not. So never lines out.
It just tells me it's starting soon. It doesn't tell me if it actually starts.
All
right, let's just get into this. We got to hydrate and a posture check.
Okay.
It did not work or no slow down. All right, so the minimum settings. This is what you need at the minimum to play this game. An AMD Ryzen 5 1600, an i7 3770, an AMD Radeon RX 5500 XT 8 GB.
Okay.
NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 6 gigs of RAM. Oh, there's the ad. Of course it is. Of course it is. You just gotta do this to me. While I'm in the middle of trying to give a thing, you just gotta give me. Can't just wait. You can't just wait. All right, the ad has ended. Let me go back and do the CPU stuff. AMD Ryzen 5 1600. The i7 3770. The video card is the AMD Radeon RX 5500 XT 8 gig or the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 6 gigs of RAM. 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
For the minimum. And they recommend for the minimum a display of 720p 30 FPS with an HDD of 150 gigs or more.
It's a big game.
Yeah.
Because when they're saying that, they're saying space. They need 150 gigs of space.
Yep. That's a very wide maximum recommended and minimum. Yep.
That was a big difference between ultra settings and just getting it to run. I still think I don't know if you could get down to the $500.
I don't think so. My rig can play this at minimum. My rig can't play this at recommended.
Yeah.
I don't have that much RAM. I'm close, but I don't have that much. I have 16.
Well, there you go.
It's caused a lot of backlash.
Well, Crisis did too.
Yeah, it sure did. What's running again? Yeah, 100%. What? A lot of people not happy. With some choice comments like, "You guys must live in a fantasy world if you think the vast majority of PC players have these kind of specs."
Yeah. I mean, you're giving computers been around so long. You've got people running computers that are 3-4 generations back easy, right?
Yeah.
And you're going back maybe 3. You go back 3 generations of hardware and get that. Yeah, it's gonna be a benchmark game. It's gonna be people
100%.
showing off running it. That's why they're gonna be running it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be streams. Hey, I can get this. Linus Tech Tips or
Yeah.
I forgot the other guy's name. J2 Cents are gonna build a computer just to run it.
Yeah.
That's part of it. But yeah, it's gonna go the same way Crysis did. Crysis hurt itself. I appreciate them pushing the hardware.
Yeah.
I think as far as hardware and software integration goes, over the history of it all, games have really pushed it.
Yeah.
And that's that computer, Dark, that's not a bad computer. Not really.
Right.
But
I should also mention this game on Steam is 70, not 60. Even though Steam doesn't do that pricing, they just put it at console pricing on Steam as well for no reason.
Okay. Ooh.
Just throwing that out there.
That's a rough game. That's asking a lot of your players.
Yeah.
And maybe the game won't. Yeah, I understand the game won't run any lower than that. You want to push boundaries in a way, but golly.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's Crysis all over again. Where that yeah, it's a benchmark game.
Yeah.
And that's what it's gonna be known as.
It will. That'll be its reputation.
Story, all that will go away. It's just gonna be like, hey, we got this game to run on this system.
Yeah. Every once in a while you hear somebody joke about the dialogue, but the benchmark is what's going to be remembered.
Okay.
All right. Our last bit of news for tonight is the Darktide devs have sent out an open letter.
Okay. Was it just posted it out for everybody to read, huh?
So we need to talk about Darktide to give some context for this. The devs,
Superman villain, not the Superman villain.
Not the Superman villain, no. The devs of, I want to get there, Dark. Plugs are coming. The devs of Darktide are called Fat Shark. That's the name of the studio, and they have made games like Warhammer Vermintide for a while.
Yeah.
Vermintide 2 is a incredibly popular game. Has a really interesting progression system where each character of the 5 has careers. And you level up the character, and then they can select those careers, and they still have their level. It's a really cool system. They also have a really in-depth crafting system in that game, and it's a fun game. It's got a lot of cool stuff going on with it. Darktide is the 40K version of what Vermintide has, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have that crafting system. Characters don't have a leveling system where they can switch between classes. Each character is their own class, and you don't level for the account. You have to level each character individually. You have to buy your weapons or count on very rare drops that give you the weapon you want, because it's very statted out. All the weapons are really statted out. And so it winds up being a little minimalistic compared to Vermintide. And people were been a little upset about it, and Fat Shark has been a little quiet about it. Well, Fat Shark has Darktide is kind of like Killing Floor, yeah. They have put out this letter after a bunch of silence for a little while there that says, "We take enormous pride in our ability at Fat Shark to deliver a game that millions can enjoy. This was what we set out to do with Warhammer 40K Darktide, to create a highly engaging and stable game with a level of depth that keeps you playing for weeks, not hours. We fell short of meeting those expectations. Over the next few months, our sole focus is to address the feedback that many of you have. In particular, we will focus on delivering a complete crafting system, a more rewarding progression loop, and continue to work on game stability and performance optimization. This also means that we will delay our seasonal content rollout and the Xbox Series XS launch. We will also suspend the upcoming release of premium cosmetics. We just couldn't continue down this path, knowing that we have not addressed many feedback areas in the game today. Thank you for playing and providing feedback. We really appreciate it. It has and will continue to help shape the game we love." I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Go ahead.
It is, the core gameplay of Darktide is better than Vermintide. But Vermintide's the better game, by far. And that's what's so upsetting about it, is it's so much fun to play, but then you finish a mission and you go, oh yeah.
Yeah. don't really get anything for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like the devs are owning up to it a little bit. You
Yeah.
know that they need to put more into it. I don't know. I have to kind of want to see where this goes.
I do too.
What they do change. You know what?
I'm excited.
What feedback are we getting?
For sure. That's very true. And it could be that they rehaul things and just go, yeah, this is what we're doing, and it's not any better. But the thing that makes it stand out for me is that they went, hey, we're not going to launch those new premium cosmetics for people to buy. That doesn't feel right. That's not what companies do, right? And so that's enough to make me go, all right, I'm willing to give them a shot here, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Wizard of the Coast response this year has kind of opened up some eyes about that.
We won too, guys. The game does play very well. There's not a lot of levels, and that's another thing that people have criticized. And you can't just... So in Vermintide, you can choose any level you want. Or you can go on an expedition, and it will give you a series of, like, smaller missions in the levels from the campaign. In Darktide, the levels are on a rolling timer. And so every, like, so many hours, you have different levels available. You can't just choose whatever level you want to play. And it's kind of frustrating when you get the same levels over and over because you boot the game up and those are the same levels that are in the rotation today for these set of hours. So the gameplay is so good. It's just it's like a Reese's cup, right? You take the package. You're not going to eat the package. The package may look all right, but it doesn't feel good in your hand. It's got a weird weight to it because there's 2 Reese's cups in there. You try to open it up, and the Reese's cups almost fall out because the packaging's not well made. But eventually you're able to get them out. And then they're on this little white tray. And you don't need the white tray, and it's just taking up space. It's only there to make sure the Reese's cups don't shift when they're in the packaging. But they could have made like an actual like wrapping or something like a Hot Pocket has. And so you just wind up with this extra piece of trash around. And then you still have to take the wrapper off the Reese's. And while you're doing that, it pulls off some of the Reese's on the bottom and it's stuck to the wrapper. And you don't want to lick that wrapper because you don't know where it's been. But then you eat the Reese's and it's so good. It feels so good. You're so happy. Until then you're just left with all this trash that you didn't need to have because the way the package is designed. And it makes you sad.
Look, I'm licking the wrapper I paid for that candy.
So that needs to be a highlight for this podcast. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Wizards of the Roast.
Yes.
Killing Floors.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I didn't even mention with the weapon store, you have to wait an hour to get different weapons to load, like pull up in there if there's something you don't like. Really annoying. I don't know where that wrapper's been, man. All right.
At the factory. It's been at the factory, Trey.
So let's throw it over to Rundgren's Corner. Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you.
All the waiting isn't acceptable.
That's true.
So today, well, as you know, I'll start off with the birthday. Today is Yakov Smirnov's birthday.
Oh.
And yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, you're probably getting old. Is that. But the most important birthday is Saturday. Yeah. Right. So I got a story for you. It's just I think it shows how some places in the world are changing. All right.
You heard no quack. Was there a quack? I didn't hear it either. Why didn't the quack go off?
I don't know.
Here, I'll work on that while you...
Okay. So, worldwide, there's lots of different pets, but dogs and cats are typically the most popular pets, right? And cats. Except in one city in Japan where rabbits have become the most popular pet.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Japan. In Hong Kong, my bad.
Okay.
I apologize. Because in
There
a
we go. I
suburb,
fixed it.
a suburb of very nice. You've got it. You got it working.
Yeah, remember when I said that Twitch broke earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to relog into sound alerts as well.
Okay.
Thanks, Twitch.
But as you know, it's they just turned the year of the rabbit.
Yeah.
That would have been on the 18th. Just turned the year of the rabbit. So rabbits become very popular. Well, there in a suburb of Hong Kong, there is a luxury rabbit resort.
Oh.
Yes. So if you have to, let's say you go on vacation or you've got a work schedule, you're 9 years old, need to make sneakers. You can send your pet rabbit. This is what comes out. You can send your pet rabbit to the resort, where they have little castles made of wood, and they've got a tunnel made of cotton. I'm not sure how that works. I'll do that. But there has been, since COVID restrictions got lifted in Hong Kong, there's been a lot of travel.
Yeah.
And so there's a need for this rabbit luxury hotel. She the lady that runs it, to keep the rabbits happy, she gives them exercise, she throws parties, and gives them spa treatments.
Nice.
I want to go to this rabbit.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I got buck teeth. Can I go? Gosh.
True. The Mirko is. You haven't seen My Hero, you're missing out on Mirko. That's all I'm saying.
Now the lady does have two rabbits of her own. And she just started this last June in 2022.
Okay.
Just to for some of the neighbors to bring their rabbits over.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of rabbits. But bring the rabbits over and hop around and get out of the hot, humid weather.
Nice.
And then she decided to make a business out of it. And over this is kind of the New Year's kind of a big deal in China. And she will be full with 15 rabbits. She was full over Christmas as well.
Yeah.
With that. There's special vegetable cakes you can order for your rabbit in advance if you need your rabbit to stay there. With hair brushing and nail trimming, make sure, and the exercise. The exercise is a big deal.
Right.
Now the lady who owns it is rabbit massage therapy. Yes. The lady that runs this, she believes that rabbits understand what people say.
Okay.
Can sense that, and so she's always being sure to tell them how beautiful and cute they are. I'm telling you, I want to go to this resort. I need this resort.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yes.
I have a rabbit in the yard that used to be in a pen but dug her way out of it, and her name's Big Mama. I want to take her there.
Yes, she deserves a vacation.
I don't know, King, but I'm glad it did. And if you ask why her name's Big Mama, it's because she has mothered. I don't even know how many rabbits now. There are so many rabbits in the field. We put her in a pen. In hindsight, might have been a mistake. We put her in a pen that was on the ground where she could run around in a fenced-in area. Rabbits dig.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So now she's free.
If you want to send Big Mama there, it's about $15 a night.
Okay.
But the beauty treatments and stuff are special. You can order off a menu, and they're going to be extra. They charge
Makes
They
sense.
charge extra for that.
It-
Now, this is a. She believes the lady running this. She says that bunnies are very social animals, and they make really good indoor pets.
yeah.
Now they have a separate thing, because of the popularity of the rabbits. Some people shouldn't have a pet.
Yeah.
They may really want one, and maybe they'll love it, but they can't take care of it.
Yeah.
So it is a rabbit salon. So she has another housing that's got 42 rabbits that they're holding that were given up.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
A lot of rabbits.
Yeah, it's quite a few. It's kind of a neat story because this lady found a niche because there was places for dogs and cats to go,
But not rabbits.
but not rabbits. So she decided she was
Better
going to
well-
take care of the rabbits. Which one thing, and this is kind of funny that I don't know why she brings from America, but you should talk about there's about 1.5 million happy rabbit owners in America. And
A lot higher number than I thought it was going to be.
yeah, me too. That number kind of surprised me. But she points out once again that she believes they're great pets that take up very little space. They're good for people in apartments. Just make sure they get enough, they can leave their enclosure each day and explore a bunny safe location.
Makes sense.
Be healthy and happy. Yes. So but as this, been keeping up with us a while. We've gone. Thank Miss Will leaving. We followed us a while. We've talked about some animals trying to take over the world, and there is some good animal stuff there. And I really want to go to a bunny spa. I don't have the ears for it. That sounds nice. I'm just what I'm saying. Get my nails trimmed, get a massage.
All right. Let's do your assignment then.
All right.
All right, chat. I'm going to make the vote. Again, as always, I ask, please do not say the name of any of these games. But 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Yeah, but not for $15 a night.
very true.
Gosh.
I'm making the poll now, chat. Don't worry.
They want you to know. They want you to be sure of their choices.
All right, you have 2 minutes. Poll is up.
All right.
And again, if you're on YouTube and you want to vote 1, 2, or 3. If you're on Twitch and you want to vote on YouTube as well, I will only count one of your votes.
Right now, you should talk about the anime a little bit.
Yeah, so the anime that I've been watching, I'm on episode 3. I haven't watched a lot of it yet, but it's called Revengers.
Okay.
It's really good. It was recommended to me by a friend of mine on Twitter, Grant, a reviewer at Anime News Network. It's very good. It's absolutely made for me, right? It's a story about a small cast of characters that are in the business of getting revenge for people that can't afford revenge otherwise. And so you have, like, without spoiling too much, for instance, a woman that has been used and abused by the man she married and can't even afford her own funeral, but purchases the services of this group to get revenge for whenever she dies, because she's going to die because of what has been done to her. And they do this by biting down on a gold coin, a gold non-coin, and the bite marks, how deep they are, is what tells the Revengers if they need to take the job or not. If the person just, like, does a little nibble, well, they don't actually want revenge. But when they see the, like, hey, they bit down, they broke their teeth on this, like,
Yeah.
they need revenge. and it's very good. You have one of the characters is a samurai, and
Okay.
before he attacks, he yells incredibly loudly, so loud that the water like ripples out across the river in front of him, and it's so cool. And another guy, I'm going to spoil this one for you, chat, but you'll want to watch the show after I tell you. The doctor carries a case with him, and inside that case is a great bow, not a longbow, a great bow.
Okay.
And he sets that thing up, and when he pulls back on it, he pulls so hard that his shirt explodes and steam flies off of him. And when he turns red, and when he fires it, he slowly turns back to normal, and the sweat steams off.
Yeah, happens to me every time.
It's great. And I won't spoil how the other 3 of the main characters get revenge and kill people. I won't spoil that. I'll leave those 2 or those 3 for you to figure out. But it's very good. Why can't the doctor? Because the clothes tear off. I'm just telling you what's there. All right, so we do have our winner.
You are biased on that, and I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just saying.
I can't the doctor
right,
be a dog, huh?
Yeah, we're not going into that.
Look, all I'm saying is if the dog was wearing clothes and the clothes ripped off when the dog did it, that would also be super cool. So you played 3, nice. Yeah, no, it's a cool show. It's called Revengers. You should check it out. It's on Crunchyroll, but of course that also means it's on all the pirate sites. So you should.
Fair enough. Cool.
And we do have our winner for tonight. And I want to give a quick side thing here, which is I always say this, right? I roll a d20 3 times to get the game that we're playing. I rolled that d20 and got this game, the one that won, 3 times before I rolled another number. And I was like, that's a sign. That's a sign.
Destined to play whatever this is.
So, you will be playing, let me take these 2 off screen. You will be playing Kill It with Fire.
Kill it with fire.
So there is the code, sir.
All right, got it. I got it.
And it's exactly what you think it is based off that name. That's so that is your assignment for this week, and you will check that out tomorrow.
Yes, I will.
And then Thursday we'll have the TTRPG podcast. We got some very special stuff to talk about there.
You got. Oh wait, no, I didn't get to talk about my stuff.
Yeah, no, we can talk about your stuff, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Okay.
And then Friday we'll be working on the Amazing Red Warrior.
Nice.
A coffee cup on top of him.
What are you doing? Yes. I don't need to see that. That's disgusting.
And then next Monday, we will have MO Mondays as usual, and things will continue. Any plugs,
Excellent.
sir?
I don't know. I played a lot of
Full Frontals and Gundam Unicorn.
Hey, there is a Sean Connery movie.
Yep.
Oh, what is it called?
Yep.
It's his name. It's his character's name.
All right, I'm gonna Google this, and I'm gonna hate the way that I have to do it. I'm gonna Google Sean Connery.
No, it's Amazing Red Warrior.
It's small red Speedo. What's it?
Zoltan, Zolfar. Oh,
Zardoz.
my God. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh. And I think you'll see there why they've moved away from banana hammocks. And I am a huge Sean Connery fan.
King has left the chat.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sean. That is the James Bond. The guy I'm not gonna put down, Roger Moore or Remington Steele.
Yeah.
Anyway. Or Craig David or anything like that. But I'm just saying Sean Connery pulled off some terry cloth shorts and like a little one-piece jumper thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's an
you got
interesting outfit.
All right.
So I'm gonna plug tomorrow the Fire Emblem video will be going up. Like that. And then I watched, I don't know why I watched it. Let me get it in my history here so I get the name right. Do watch history. I watched, because it came up in my feed for some reason, there is a weird video of a guy that, I have two plugs, a guy that turned Elden Ring into Pokemon by modding it so that you could collect any enemy that you killed as a summon, and you could summon more than once, and you could summon everywhere. And he did a Nuzlocke in Elden Ring with those rules. And that channel is called Dumpy Kong.
Okay.
Uh,
Like that.
Then I also watched a charity live stream from Play on Tabletop where they did a 4-way 40k battle with destructible terrain that they had to eat if it was destroyed, and it was all made of gingerbread. And that was just a really fun stream.
Interesting. Interesting twist on that, sir.
Throwing those out there. How about you, sir? Any plugs?
I didn't get to do. I think Slumberland was good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch that. I didn't get. There's nothing that really jumped out at me this week.
It's not ad time. What do you mean?
It's just,
I gotta
it's
cover the logos, King.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nightbot's drunk, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
So doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
Well,
All right.
with all that said, it's always ad time. Killzone 2, Raging Phoenix, Deadpool 1 and 2. Nice. I've been Trey.
I've been wronging.
And this has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that life has to offer.